So 2 years ago, during about my 6 months of chemo, during that your blood counts go up and down, and so at one point my hemoglobin was so low that my oncologist said, it's time. And we had talked about it for several weeks, and then finally she said, it's time, you need to have a transfusion.
A few days before Aidan's 5th birthday, he was diagnosed with stage 4 neuroblastoma, which is a very rare childhood cancer, and he endured a lot of treatments where he received a lot of blood to help his counts come back up so that we could get him home from the hospital.
Yeah, he had multiple surgeries and about 8 rounds of chemo and immunotherapy, and spent about 160 days in the hospital over the course of about 18 months. So we were very fortunate to have an adequate blood supply, so whenever he did need transfusions, it was available, thanks to people that donate.
I guess when I was going through all my treatment for breast cancer, to have learned that there are times when the supply gets critical, and you might hear that on the news, and but when the doctor actually said to me, or I think it was when the nurse actually said to me, "I'm sorry, we couldn't even send you downtown. You wouldn't even be able to receive blood because the supply is so low that cancer patients are kind of at the bottom of the list, that blood really needed to be saved for surgery and different emergency situations." So it was just a very eye-opening experience to hear those words. And so I whatever group, whether it's my kids' school or here at church or anywhere, when I hear anybody talking about a blood drive coming up or donating blood, I always try to encourage them and thank them in advance for to thank them. They will probably never meet the person who actually received their blood, but as somebody who received somebody's blood, I always like to try to say thank you.
Sometimes you getting the blood was the difference between staying in the hospital and coming home, right?
I like being at home because, trust me, hospital is not fun, people.
We used to pray for those counts to come up, and when we got blood, that would help those counts come up, and then we could go home, right? That was fun for everybody.
I'm not sure there's a more direct way that I can impact the lives of people in a profound way. And as I think about the ability for my donation to go to somebody else and contribute to saving their life, or perhaps saving their life, that's an incredibly powerful process.
A special connection that I have is that my father has always donated blood as long as I can remember, even when I was young, a teenager, still living at home, and he would always come home with his sticker or his pin, and he even has an apron that says something about "Kiss me, I donate blood," or just something. And it just so happened that my parents were in town the week that I ended up needing to receive my blood transfusion, and my parents sat there with me down at IU, and to keep me company while I was receiving this blood. It was very special to be sitting there with my dad, who has donated faithfully, as often as he can for so many years of his life. So
yeah, I still donate pretty regularly, and it's such a great and easy way to help others. And you're helping people that you don't know, but there's a real need in Indiana. There's always a shortage, and we happen to have a fairly rare type. We're all negative. I'm A negative, so there's always more of a demand for some of the rarer types. So it's just such an easy thing to do, and it provides such help for folks that are in the hospital, and there really is quite a shortage. So it's something that is easy to do, doesn't hurt, and really makes a difference.
We don't know who we're giving to. We don't know where it goes. All we know is that there's someone out there who is in pain and who is hurting, and this simple thing can change how they're feeling and how everything turns out to be. It's a huge difference, but such a small and easy thing.
Yeah, I won't say needles are my favorite thing either, and that whole process can be an intimidating one, but I think ultimately the opportunity to compare what goes on for me and what I go through is quite a bit different in comparison to what somebody on the receiving end of that donation may be going through. And for me, that's certainly enough that I can endure the what little discomfort or what however little it might put me out.
Give God, give God, give God, give God. That is what I'm going to do.